In Atlanta, the problem isn't how to get around, it's how to get around safely. Sam Ford reports.
Atlanta is by nature a booster town, where people relish the idea of being the New York of the South. But what they don't have in mind is the big city crime rate. Indeed, Atlanta's homicide rate is now worse than New York's, and the press has dubbed the city the murder capital of America, an image city, state, and business leaders here in the South's principal convention center have been working hard to shake. The state has sent in Georgia troopers to handle many traffic duties so the understaffed Atlanta Police Department can step up its fight against crime. The department has formed what it calls the Flying Squad, which concentrates on high crime areas during peak crime periods of the day. But at least part of the police department's problems may stem from being perceived by some of the public as weak.
If I wanted to go up and rob a store or something, I could get away with it because there wouldn't be any police protection.
Why do you think you could get away with it?
I just feel that I could because the police are never in the right place at the right time.
Police have stepped up arrests in areas where prostitutes work and in downtown parks where people sometimes drink and smoke pot openly. The police consider these areas breeding grounds for serious crime. For his part, Atlanta Mayor Maynard Jackson has gone on citywide television outlining his anti-homicide program. He has even scheduled a mass meeting for ministers, priests, and rabbis this week to seek ways of cutting domestic homicides, which account for more than half of the total. And the mayor has a new special advisor on crime just back home from Washington.
We're going to have to put plenty of policemen on the street. We're going to have to follow the cases through the court to be certain that the courts are not turning people out that shouldn't be turned out. And we're going to have to face the fact that there are some bad people in our society. And if they're bad people, then bad people have to be locked up.
Although one conventioneer was killed recently after refusing to give his money to a mugger, many tourists are not very concerned about the crime.
Went out last night, had a good time, so didn't bother me. I stopped and asked the police officer what the safest place to go. And he said, there's not a safe place. Just stay in your hotel. But I went anyway.
One who resents such statements by police is the man in charge of the police department, who also complains about reporters from other high-crime cities who call to question him about Atlanta's homicides.
If they want to talk about crime, look at their own neighborhood. Of course we have a problem. Anytime we have a 29% increase in crime, it's a problem. Anytime we have crime, it's a problem. But again, the unique aspect of Atlanta is that we're aggressively addressing the problem. We intend to turn our crime problem around.
Earlier this year, the bank robbery rate was a big problem, but after a concentrated push by local authorities and the FBI, the frequency of bank robberies declined significantly. The city's hope is that the current anti-homicide campaign will have a similar effect. Sam Ford, CBS News, Atlanta.